Hey guys, what's going on? It is Dave with What's Up Dave. I am going to do a quick little review on a battery powered pool vacuum that I recently purchased, and I'm going to do a quick review on it just so you guys can see what's going on. So, um, I'm going to turn my camera around. This is a setup that I used to have. It's a Polaris. It wasn't a fantastic vacuum. It wasn't a horrible vacuum. But one of the biggest things is this monstrosity that has to go in while the pump's going. The other thing is, if you get real close, these little tank treads, as cool as they are, they wear out pretty quick. And I've talked to some people over Leslie's Pool Supply. Leslie's Pool Supply. And to have that operate at optimum, you have to have it set at a certain pressure from the pool equipment, or else it pulls too hard and then it crawls up the wall and it sticks to the wall and it wears out the treads. I've only had that vacuum for about a year and a half to 2 years, and I think I replaced the treads 2 or 3 times already. No, it's definitely at least 3 times. So those have been wearing out fairly quick. And it's a very, very fine dividing line between too much suction and not enough suction from the pump. Because if I dial it down just a hair, it would hardly even move on the floor, let alone climb the walls. And then if I kicked it back up to where it would move, then it was too much and it's getting stuck on the side of the wall. So my wife and I decided that we were going to try something a little bit different, something that should be a little bit less complicated. And so this is what we're talking about. I'm going to flip the camera around again. This is called Seagull Pro. So a couple of things I do like about it. Number one, it is completely battery operated, no hoses, no nothing. I take this thing, it's dead right now. I just pulled it out of the pool. I'm actually drying it off and getting ready to send it back, and I'll tell you why here in a few. The thing that I like, the nice rubber tires, they work really well. It does climb the walls. However, if you look at the bottom of my pool versus my Baja step and my regular steps, I do need to brush them off because this thing does not get them because of the depth of water, and my steps are a little bit narrow, so it doesn't climb them, it doesn't get on them, and it doesn't clean them. The Baja step is too shallow, period, so it won't even do anything other than sit there and blow air. The cool thing, this doesn't work under suction. This actually works under blower. So this, I'm trying to get it without the sun, without the shade blocking it out. So here and here are actually 2 very powerful fan ports. So when I drop this in and it submerges itself, those fan ports actually keep it on the floor when it's actually doing the rolling up the walls. That's how it sticks to the walls, is not via suction. The other thing that I really like is, let me turn it. This big brush here is absolutely phenomenal for cleaning. It sweeps up everything. It's honestly amazing. I mean, if you look at what I have around my pool, these trees, anytime we get wind here, these trees blow everything into our pool. Now, not all of this is from that little thing, but this big batch right here that is still sopping wet, I literally just pulled out of the basket. So it does clean up very, very well. My problem with it is that it has 3 settings in that on that dial. So the dial is this. So this is your power. This is supposed to be where it cleans everything. It cleans the walls and it cleans the floor. This is supposed to be just the floor, and this is just supposed to be the walls. So we've had this and we've been using it for about 2 weeks, and this is why I'm getting ready to send it back. I have noticed that when I set it to clean everything, it actually doesn't have enough juice, because it's weird. It doesn't do the walls and the floor at the same time. It does the floor first, and then it will clean the walls. Just on battery usage. So the first, I think the first 20% or so from 100 down to like 80 or down to 70 is, I think, specifically for the floors. And then from like the 70% mark to, I think, 70 to 40 or 70 to 30 is supposed to be for cleaning the walls, which makes sense because they use those fans to stick the vacuum to the wall, so it's going to take more juice. The problem is, and mind you, this is for what's supposed to be a 1,600 square foot pool. My pool is not 1,600 square feet. This thing runs out of juice way too fast. It runs for about 2 hours, but it does not have the power to clean my walls and the floor, even in that setting. So what I've actually had to do is one day I'll set it for the floor. The next day I'll go back and I'll charge it and I'll set it for the walls. So I, switch it back and forth between one and then the other. The cool thing about it is it's super simple in the fact that, like I said, it's a little dial. The little dial does seem to get a little bit sticky, but it's not horrible, at least not yet. But again, I've seen other reviews where they say it's actually really difficult to turn. The nice thing about this is, I'm going to flip it over real quick, is this is the bottom of the vacuum. So it has this great brush, and this brush is massive. It's not overly aggressive. I mean, it is a rubber, so it kind of just, it scrapes over everything as long as you don't have like a whole bunch of stuff just crammed stuck to the wall. And it does, when you put it to clean the walls, it does get the water line and it gets it really well. But like I said, when I'm trying to get it to do both the floor and the walls, it doesn't have enough juice to do both. So this down here, this is actually your inlet. So it sweeps everything down from here and sweeps it into here. This little brush all the way around kind of keeps everything contained. It does a fairly good job. It does pick up a lot of debris, which I'm really happy about. This is the actual container basket. So it's mesh all the way around. It doesn't filter out the water or anything. I'm okay with that. I stay on top of the chemicals pretty well. But the basket's very, very simple, which is, for the most part, I mean, it's a good thing. It's not overly complicated, so you don't have to worry about breaking anything. You don't have to worry about anything, acting up or trying to figure out what's going wrong with it. And then here, this is the trap door. So it is spring supported. It is kind of a small spring, but it has to be light in order for the stuff to be able to get in. So I kind of get that. It's got 2 tabs on the back, there and there, where the lid sets in, and then it just snaps shut right there. Then when you're done, you pull up the little trap door back here. You set the basket in, make sure the handle's down, pop those down, and it's ready to go. Turn it on, and it has no juice, but it might try and fire up. I'm not sure. Let's see. I'll put it in the pool. I'll just drag it back out here in a minute. Yep. See the red lights telling you right there that there is no juice left in this thing. This is normally what it does. You set it in, and normally the fans would kick on, but because the fans aren't kicking on, it's actually more buoyant. I haven't actually tried that before, so it's kind of funny to just see it sit there float. But it's not a bad vacuum. It just doesn't do everything that it's set out to do. Like I said, it just does not have the battery life, the battery power to be able to do the walls and the floors at the same time in one run. It just, for whatever reason, will not do it. It's honestly, I like it in like I said, the simplicity of it. There is nothing complicated about this thing. And the manufacturer, Aiper, says, if the tires go out or anything, if you need a new roller, you can contact them. They'll send you a replacement. I think there's videos out that show you how to replace the stuff. And it doesn't seem overly complicated, which is fantastic. But I need something that when I'm not around, I can throw it in and it can clean my Baja step, it can clean my regular steps, and it will clean my walls and it will clean my floor at the same time without having to do, pull it out and recharge it and put it on a different setting. And I've done some research, and there seems to be quite a few that will do it at different price points. So I'm actually going to look into a different vacuum to see if it'll work better. But so the Aiper Seagull, the way that it's posted on the website, I feel like it dresses it up a little bit better than what it actually is. But it's not bad. If you're around all the time or if you don't have a lot of dirt flowing in your pools, it's not a bad vacuum because of what we have around these trees and everything, the palm trees, the pine trees, all this stuff blowing around. Because we have all that, it does, and it's a lot harder to clean up, especially when you're at work all day, or we host sporting events on the side. We also have 2 kids. We have 4 dogs. Say hi, Harley. No? Okay. But we got a lot of stuff going on around this yard. So sometimes it is hard to keep tabs on it and keep it as clean as you want. So we're going to try something a little bit different and see if we can get a better one. I'm not terribly disappointed with it. I'm only disappointed in the fact that it says it'll clean the walls and the floor at the same time, and it does not. Otherwise, I love the simplicity of it. I love being able to just charge it, set it inside the house or inside our garage, charge it up, and then just literally drop it into the pool when I'm ready, let it run its cycle, pull it out whenever I want, empty out the basket, and then start over. I don't really feel like we have to have our vacuum running the entire time. And being that we're getting into summer, I hate having that hose in there. And the pain in the butt of having to pull that hose out just so my kids can swim freely without worrying about that, or worry about kicking the vacuum while it's in the hose. This was actually a pretty reasonable option for us. This just wasn't the right option for us. So we're going to try something a little bit different and see if we can get a better, a better. I don't know if I want to say better quality, because I'm not mad about the quality. I'm just disappointed in the effectiveness in the how well it operates. Quality overall seems good. It is kind of hefty. I think it weighs in at like 21 pounds dry, and then another guy that reviewed it said that it dropped like 20 pounds of water when they pulled it out. So when you're first pulling it out of the pool, it's like 40 pounds. That's kind of a bit. So, but we're gonna look into some other ones and see if we can find something that's gonna work for us better. The little Polaris, I don't remember what model that is. I would highly recommend not getting that one. It is a royal pain. On top of the treads, I've actually had it in for replacement gearing like 2 times. So it's not holding up. I made the mistake of buying that one, and it was a new model out. And so finding replacement parts, even at Leslie's Pool Supply, stuff like that, they always had to special order stuff. So then I'd have to leave it with them, and then my pool would get nasty for a week while it's sitting with them because it can't run, and they need the parts and they need the vacuum so they can change out the parts as soon as it comes in. I don't know if the other Polaris vacuums are the same way, but like I said, that was my mistake buying a Gen 1 new vacuum, and they didn't have parts available, and it's kind of been a problem since day one, just because of the fact it had to be exactly the right pressure or else it wouldn't work. And also because of having that thing plugged in, I don't have a way to skim my pool other than running around with a net. And again, with everything that we do, I don't always have time to be able to skim my pool. So at least with something like the battery operated vacuums, I can actually turn my skimmer back on full blast, let it take care of the top of the pool, and let this thing take care of the bottom of the pool and the walls, and call it a day. So Yeah, I think that's going to be it for this one. I feel like I kind of rambled on, but um, I feel like I've kind of covered all the bases for the ape here. Yeah, let me know. Let me know what you guys think. I know I'm not posting very often, but as the seasons change and I get into some more new stuff, I'll be posting more. So thanks guys for watching, and we'll see you later. Bye.